All right, sit down.
It's dancing our way in. Nothing wrong with that.
Making an entry.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Clunkers Live. I don't give two turds about a speech tonight. Junkerz is on. I'm more important. Better be at least. Mr. F250, how you doing? Rich, how are you? Liberty.
Hey, Liberty.
This guy right here has saved my rump so many times.
Oh, has he on the Ford?
He sent me the fuel pump, the gas pedal. What else did he send me?
Send you something for the end.
Didn't he send you something for the carb?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the linkage.
The linkage, that's right.
I have called him so many times. Like I can't say everything because it'll all be, you know. It's
nice to have somebody that really knows their stuff and has another vehicle like yours.
Yeah. It pretty rare too. So his is pretty cool looking.
I think that's why his name is Liberty, because he liberates people from
their woes.
Yes.
He's been talking about doing his own channel, and I'm trying to push him in the right direction. We were talking about what's the best way to start, and I said just honestly start with your regular camera. But for me, it doesn't work out for a long-term thing. Mom's in.
Hey, Ma. The meatloaf.
What's up, Renegade? Uh-oh. Is he going to say hi, Bob?
Oh, my gosh. I forgot all about it.
She's worse than I am with the damn stickers.
And I did.
Dancing all the way in.
Oh, my gosh.
What's up there, superstar dudes with wrenches? What's up, Tron?
Okay, so Rich.
Work that like button.
Yes,
Yes, thank you very much.
Rich, you have to tell me what kind of cookies, because I forgot. I have sometimes. Sometimes I remember things, sometimes I don't. It's the prelude to Alzheimer's.
So these the keys that are missing, they're F250 are my buddies. He kind of lost them on his way to work today, and
What?
yeah, Tom's keys.
What?
He lost his keys. His keys to everything. He doesn't know where they are. They fell off the bike.
Is that? Oh, that's.
He fell off his bike. Oh.
Hi.
Not sure if you can hear that, but Bob says hi.
I'm not. I will.
So hitting on the lost something off a vehicle. Many years ago, when I was just dating my wife, her brother had a pool at his house, and they invited me to come over anytime and swim. So on my birthday, I decided I was going to go over and swim. Nobody was there. It was just me. I swam. I laid my wallet on top of my car when I took the T-tops out of it and drove off and lost my wallet. And then like 2 months later, I was at the house washing our cars. I went back. I figured that's what I'd done. I went back and walked the street, but I didn't find it. About 2 months later, I was sitting outside washing our cars, and a cop pulls up in my driveway, and he walks down the street, and he's like, "Mr. Vance?" I was like, "Yes, sir." He was like, "I've got something of yours." I was like, "What do you have of mine?" He had my wallet. My money. I had cash in it. Cash was still in it. Everything was still in it.
Okay, that's cool, Bella. How you doing? Uh-oh. Hi, Bella. You coming up to say hi, everybody? Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. Yeah.
Hey, Liberty, sometimes a little bit of help goes a long way.
Here's Bella.
Yeah.
All right. It's cool.
She thinks she's a little dog.
Oh, yeah. She thinks she's a lapdog.
Bella's the one that jumped in Kevin's car last night.
Oh, my gosh. That was so embarrassing.
Oh, my God. His pouring over. That car is clean. Let me tell you. As soon as it happened, I'm like, oh, my God. If we scratch that car, I'm never going to be able to pay for the paint job. She wanted to go for a ride. Liberty, you have no idea how much you've helped me. And I still got to send you a sticker. Son of, remind me tomorrow to send him the sticker.
Okay, so we're doing stickers and cookies day.
Stickers. What if your cookies end up going to Liberty and the sticker goes to Rich?
That's true. Then we'll call them sticker doodles.
Are you comfortable, Bella? Jeez.
Oh, that looked terrible.
She tried to jump into the Falcon. I drove my nephew around the block for the first time, and he loved it. When we got back, Bella got out and attempted to jump in and gouged the hell out of my chest.
What's the matter, Snacks? Do it.
Go for iced tea. Just got it. Bob, you want to do that sometime?
Well, there you go.
Hey,
Sure.
for people that are in New Hampshire, we will be at that car show September 9th.
Yep.
We hope. And Bob's going to be there. Brittany's going to be there. Kids will be there. I even think my mother's going to be there.
Oatmeal raisin stickers.
Raisin stickers.
That's great.
Well, if anybody wants to meet us, I'm not thinking that we're that popular, but I guess you never know.
I'm gonna be there in my 1950s garb.
So it's a sock hop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to dress.
I'm gonna wear my pink checkered shirt that you always make fun of me with.
That's not sock hop though, isn't it? Sock hop 40s or something like that?
No, it's 50s.
Yeah.
Kevin L, how are you?
I will say. Oh,
We're doing great here. Just gonna put the mute button on. How are you? Oatmeal raisin stickers.
I just read that. It's just
I want nice tea. Well, I'm sure you could tag along, Ian.
wonder how our peg leg's doing.
Oh yeah.
We hadn't heard about it in a while.
In a rabbit hole for you. Yeah, I watched that video on his Facebook yesterday. It's pretty much how it is, though. I mean, think about all the crap that I've gone through with this car. I'm about a week and a half ahead of what you guys are seeing for videos, so I'm trying to shut my mouth so you don't know everything is coming up.
Still wouldn't.
Still wouldn't. Mom says yes, she will be there. So
it'll be the whole family.
Whole family.
Whole family.
And Brent wants me to bring the barbecue and cook for people, and I told him that I can't do that.
Why?
Because you can't do that.
Why?
If you're not selling it, you can probably do that.
That's true.
Oh, kids are home.
Oh gosh, kids are home. I'm gonna mute myself here a second.
Oh, the dogs are going crazy. Yeah, I get it. I didn't understand there for a minute.
They didn't. That was.
I'm surprised.
They barked a little bit when she came in, but that's it.
She's.
Hi, Ann.
Hi, Ann.
Doing awesome. Love hearing it.
I'm a pet.
Is dinner done?
Yes. Would you like me to?
Oh, Brittany, guess what?
We're on live. We are live right now.
Yeah, you want to wave?
So everybody, come in and say hi to everybody.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hey, Ann.
Our personal stuff can go later.
That personal stuff?
It can still pick you up out there unless you shut the door.
Okay.
Did she get her sticker?
Cheyenne,
What?
you remember when I said to put my mail in here the other day? Where'd you put it?
On your laptop.
Crap. So yes, it's here, but I haven't given it because Brent's been gone for the last few days.
Oh,
I don't know where
well, I
the
tried
hell-
to send stuff to all of y'all.
I appreciate that very much. I just don't know where the hell I put it. I just had them here.
You're like me. You could lose something in front of your face. So
Well, no, that's Brittany. I'm usually a little bit better than that. You might just have to resend me. I'm just kidding.
I ain't doing it. It'll be 6 months at the minimum.
It doesn't make any sense because I remember seeing them in here, and I do remember vaguely moving them and saying these will be safer here.
Dude wants to know if you ever check your Insta. Ever.
Dude, dudes with wrenches.
Yes.
Well, you just give me a moment, sir, and I will check my Insta. He has 4 messages. Hold on there, dudes. Are you sure you brought him in here?
Yeah, they'll turn up.
I wanted to put him up on the board tonight.
What are you looking at?
I was doing something. Is there another spot I would have put him?
Yeah, put it in your laptop.
Yeah, but I've already used my laptop.
Yeah, but where'd you put everything that was in it?
I don't remember.
Oh, wait. No. Yeah.
I think she just said it wasn't her fault.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I put it in your laptop. You lost it.
I did.
Yeah,
Ah,
probably did.
that was my phone. Well,
Dad, what the heck?
I don't know. I don't know.
Neither do I.
This is riveting.
Isn't it?
Okay.
It's one big pickle you got, sir.
Remember Dylan?
I forgot his name was Dylan.
Where the hell did I put this stuff, guys? All right, I'm going to stop looking for it because this will be
It
a
doesn't matter.
terrible live. Oh, hey, dude, you ever check your Insta? What's going on, man? He changes his name every week.
I don't know about every week, but it's definitely been changed several times.
Yes. The only reason I remember him is because of the logo.
Right?
So, what is everybody else out there working on? What's your project? So I can try and.
Well, mine's just garbage.
Yours is garbage.
So, I mean, I as a lot of y'all know, I LS swapped this Camaro and it didn't shift out of second gear, and we've had a lot of problems with it. And I'm currently putting it back together and trying to fix all the little things that I rushed through. It's taken forever. I also hit 1,000 subs last week.
That's
So
right. Congratulations on that.
That was nice, and you know, that milestone has been hit, and I've been over 4,000 watch hours for a long time, so that was fine. So I got all that done and got signed up for my AdSense and all, so I'm happy about that. But I haven't released an actual video since then. Yeah, you know, big time. Let me tell you, big time.
And you know what? At least you're making sense.
It's true. It's true. That is true. So, hopefully, I'll have a video out maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I thought it would be, but it's looking like it's probably going to be further out than that. So it is what it is. I can't. I mean, it just takes the time it takes. But the Camaro is just about finished, whether it's running right or not, because I have lost my patience with it for a while, and it needs to go on a back burner. Thanks, Renegade. Thanks, Liberty. I appreciate it. Leighton 79 Aspen. I like those cars. If that's what I think it is, I'm going to look it up because I'm pretty sure it was a Chrysler, wasn't it? Chrysler Aspen.
Dogs are acting up out there. Yep. You're gonna have to go in timeout.
Yes, that's what I thought it was. I wanted to make sure I was right.
Congratulations on the 300 mark.
Yeah.
It's not a small foot, no matter what.
No, you know, it's one at a time.
One at a time.
With wrenches.
Or like dudes gets them, you know, dozens at a time.
What are we talking about?
Subs.
I mean, I'm slowing down heavily of late.
Yeah, well, you know, ride the wave, man. Ride the wave.
It looks like you're gaming, though.
I mean, we rode it right into the ground. I mean, that's where we're at now.
No.
I've been watching your videos you put out the last week or so. So I like that you're putting out actual videos. That's,
So, insider tip to all of those who, never cared to watch before, they're all old videos.
I knew this. Already knew that. So, but still, it's just, it's nice to see you reintroduce it or whatever. Because I think it was a good way to get people to start watching your longer format by pushing
that was the problem. I spend every night doing a re-edit of a long format video and creation of a short format video every night for the next day. And I've been putting up a video now for over a week, every day, 2 videos every day.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's gone on a decline, even though I'm doing that. But the watch hours have gone up drastically. So the goal now is just to get the watch hours, and there will be a video every day until that happens.
I don't think that should take long. I was looking at your views, and man, you're getting really good view count. So, even if they're just watching 3 minutes of a video, of a 10-minute video or whatever, it shouldn't take long.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
Renegade says he's 150 away.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Does mic sound okay?
Yeah. Did you get a new one?
Yeah.
Demolition Derby? Nope, I don't have any cars in Demolition Derby. I cry when I see cars go out there.
Doesn't work.
Wow. 125,000 views last night.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That's really good.
Yeah. I got 20,000. Actually, the reason why I hit my 1,000 sub mark was I released a short that I thought was garbage, complete and total trash, and it got 20,000 views overnight. And I gained, I think it was like 40-something subs that night. I thought it was trash. I honestly, I shot and it was when I was hauling off that scrap, and I didn't think, and I got more hate off that one video than I've gotten off of every other video I've ever done together. It's crazy.
Oh.
I don't know why people hated it so bad. Well, I think it was, I don't know, it was a bunch of meth heads, I believe, or Methadonians.
I think the full length videos is where you gotta grow.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, I think shorts bring people in, but then how do you capture them once they're there?
Shorts are 100% subs, and what we've actually worked out as of late, doing some science in public or community posts. You got to put community posts out there. Like, just constantly push community posts, because you would not believe the people that brings in that aren't even subbed to you.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. Well, I think YouTube in general wants you to use all their available.
Yes. They want you to use everything to prove that you're worthy of the YouTube algorithm.
Yes.
60+ subs. I've had mediocre luck with shorts. I've had, we'll say, maybe 100 subscribers from all my shorts. Maybe. And views,
I don't know. That 4-wheeler one had to have done well.
Didn't do that great.
You should re-release that one
again and again. And again.
I mean, I would release that thing every month.
Yeah, because that's the reality of it. Shorts are only good for subs. That's all they're good for.
Yeah.
So if you have a video that is completely gone dead and it's not getting any views anymore, re-release it. It's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
So I was looking at just cruising the other night on YouTube, and I come across Puddin'. Young before Puddin'. Boy, was he dry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you watch his original stuff, I was subscribed to him before he ever blew up. Yeah. So I was watching international stuff on there because I like international trucks. And he definitely changed his tempo.
Everything.
Yeah, to really take off. I mean, it is definitely and he'll tell you that. There's actually a video out there where he says, I just need to be more me to take off. Yeah. And that's what he did. He essentially became himself and took away all the details and dryness and just started having fun with it.
Yeah. Hey, Leighton, you can do community posts. I think there is a threshold, but I think the threshold for subs is like 300 or something, or 500.
500. Yeah.
It's pretty low. It's not 1,000. It's less.
Yep.
Huh. I didn't know you had to be a certain amount of subs for that.
Yeah. I just remember because they sent me an email saying that I could do community posts now. I mean, forever ago, but
Yeah, there's a number for stories too, which I still am not utilizing.
I don't know what that even is.
Well, it's some other new thing they're pushing heavily.
Well, if they're pushing it, you need to get in on it because they're pushing it.
Well, here's the good thing they did about community posts. Community posts used to have these junk pictures that you could only post like a 1-by-1 picture, and all the pictures were garbage. Yep. Well, now that's gone up. They have given you the ability to post better quality pictures, and then on top of that, the polls have become very. Got to use the poll. Like create a poll, have people vote on it. Mm-hmm. I've seen a couple of my polls that have gone up. They've had 9,000 people vote on them.
Wow, that's crazy. I know your Fairlane community post that you did, I guess yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, but whatever. I noticed it because the picture was really good.
Yep.
And it was large and not like the old style. I did notice that. I didn't know if it was something you did different.
No,
but evidently it's a YouTube thing.
It's YouTube changing it because they're trying to get more on board with the idea. And realistically, it helps them because if they can build the algorithm off community posts, it's a lot less data mining they have to do. They don't have to suss out a video. They can just pull it right from the text. And if a bunch of people react to it, they know what those people want to see.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be easier for them. So I've done some community posts in the past. I hadn't done any in a while. But I feel like for the past, month, I've been in a holding pattern.
Yep.
Because of just what I have to do. I'm in a holding pattern. So then regardless, this Camaro is getting ready to see its way out of the rotation for a while. So,
well, that's
I cannot wait for the next one.
Don't listen to anything I have to say. I am not the expert in this. I'm just a guy making things happen. So I posted the Galaxy video yesterday that I put up. It literally got no traction, 300 views after 9 hours. All the rest of them have been getting 1,300 views.
Right.
It's the only one I didn't put a community post out on. I shared it as a community post with its own link. When I shared it as a community post with no link and just talked about the video a little bit, now it caught traction and doubled its views in 2 hours after putting that post up.
Hey,
without a link.
How are you?
Yeah, community posts are important.
I think you're right. I do. I really do. I know that. I hated shorts, and the only reason I ever created anything for a short previously was when I joined TikTok. I made some TikTok videos, and then I started trying to repurpose those into Facebook or YouTube shorts, and I've also started posting some stuff on my Facebook page too for reels out of the same videos. But I definitely see a lot of, like you said, a lot of subs come from those shorts.
How do you post to YouTube or to Facebook Reels?
You go to the reels and it says create reel. Click create reel.
Huh. Okay.
Super simple. Do you have a Junker Clunkers Facebook page?
I do.
Okay, do it from there. Otherwise, it'll tag it to just your private stuff. So, I have a not that I really use it much, but I have a Forsaken Steel YouTube page, and then I post those reels from there, and they do okay. I mean, if 10 people see them, I'm okay with that. I don't care. I've already made it. The effort's already been put in.
Yeah, I think that's something I need to do is actually go out onto the other platforms. I just have not had time to branch out into anything else. Everything else has just gone completely silent to the let's just post a video every day.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, that takes a lot of
Kevin.
work.
So Kevin is the gentleman who helped me out with a super secret project on the Falcon. So Kevin, don't mention what it is.
Did you put a hat on it or? covered in fur.
I'm not pudding. I don't go picking big cherry tomatoes and put them on my cars.
I don't know. Might be worth doing.
It might be.
Put a big Oscar Mayer wiener on the roof. Paint it yellow.
Listen, I've been trying to find a Wienermobile to buy for like 10 years. They
Yeah,
don't
make
ever
one,
come
man.
up for sale.
Nope. They're one of those
Yeah.
classic things that somebody will give way too much money for them every time.
I've never even seen one for sale. I mean, you know, other than, well, there was one I saw for sale at an auction, but it was a private auction.
Oh, I should put that up, shouldn't I?
I don't know why I want one. I've just always thought it'd be fun to have one.
Kevin, just type yes or no if it's cool to put your wife's car up on the screen.
Oof.
He brought
What are we showing his wife of? What?
his wife's car.
Shop Cat, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, Shop Cat.
Yeah, Shop Cat just jumped in.
I didn't intentionally or non-intentionally, but Shop Cat should watch my newest video's intro.
Okay.
He'll know.
Is he? Wasn't he in Cape Canaveral this past week for the scrubbed launch?
113 Customs was.
Oh, that's who it was. It was 113. I couldn't remember who it was. I just remember seeing somebody was there.
Shop Cat. All right, let me try and I gotta remember how to do this. It's been a while since I've done a live, isn't it, guys?
Leighton, I get a lot of hate for an LS swapped Camaro. I guarantee you get hate for an LS swapped Aspen. Guarantee it, no matter what.
Dare you put a Chevy motor in that Chevy Camaro?
I mean, people hate it. Just another LS swap. Find me another platform this cheap.
It is kind of done.
It is, but it's,
Should have Dodge swapped it for sure.
I can't afford a Dodge swap.
Coyote swapped it. Should have Coyote swapped.
I definitely can't afford a Coyote.
So, do you guys watch Junkyard Digs?
Yeah,
A little bit.
Why?
Did you see what he put out yesterday?
No.
Oh my god! So
I saw the thumbnail for it.
Apparently, there was less than 300
Durango. That's what
Dodge was not the first Durango. Ford was. It
That's
looks
fine.
like a Fairmont with a truck bed.
Yeah, it's a Ute looking ugly thing.
it was
Not impressed.
It was, I think, a third party actually built those for Ford. Ford sold them, but yeah, it's a Fox body. So I wonder if it came with a straight inline six. I think that was the only thing that came with. I wonder if he's going to V8 swap it.
Yeah, he's already said
engine is a 3.3 inline six.
It's the same as a
7982.
same as a Fox body. Look at this beauty, 68.
That was a good looking car.
Oh,
You know what's
it's
a cool El Camino-esque vehicle that no one knows about?
It's a
Cadillac Mirage.
golly, I'd love to have one.
Hey, Kevin, I should have taken some pictures of your car before my dog jumped in it yesterday.
Chef Shade Tree, you're right. LS swap equals broke. I am broke now after doing one. Anybody that ever tells you can cheaply do an LS swap, they're lying to you.
It's a wrong. The cheapest thing you can build, and I'm going to give this as a tip to the people. You want a V8 that just runs. We're not talking about going fast. We're not talking about any of that. You just want a V8 that you can put in and it runs. Chevy 305.
Oh, absolutely.
They will give you those things.
Yeah. So my next build on the channel is a budget build.
Yep.
And I'm doing so I have this 80 model Z28 that I have $300 when I bought it. I've already got some parts for it that I purchased when I bought the car, but I have very little in this thing. And I'm going to put it together out of junk I've got laying around. Because as car people, we tend to hoard stuff, dudes.
No.
And occasionally what you got to do is build something out of what you got laying around, so it's all at least together into one package.
That's what I do on everything. I'm not a
I don't
wealthy
have nearly
man.
as much stuff as you.
I am a man of many things.
Yeah. Well, Whistling Diesel got a lot of views on that General Lee because it's a 1,600 horse General Lee.
No. He got a lot of views on that video because he's Whistling Diesel. It
That's
doesn't matter
true.
what he does.
That's true.
He could.
All right. If y'all remember, a year ago, I said I hated the guy. Couldn't stand anything he does. I now respect him. Totally different.
Stop talking. You
Sorry.
shouldn't respect him. It's a problem.
You know what?
He is creating content. He is advertising, making
the
money.
Niche that nobody else does, and he has banked on it. I do not love that he takes cars and kills them. But then again, he has made a name for himself doing stuff that nobody else would do. And you really can't hate him for that.
I'm not going to hate him for that. I hate him for the outright manipulation that people can't read through the lines.
Yes.
I mean, it's clever, but at the same time, I don't enjoy the cleverness of it. And anytime I try to enjoy something he does, he purposely throws something in there to aggravate me, and that's his stick. That's the stick he's swinging. That's what he is doing.
Yeah. And that's all he wants to do. If he, but honestly, that rules the internet.
Yep. And that's the problem. It's just a downfall of entertainment.
Yep.
We can't enjoy nice things because somebody's going to look at it and be like, you're going to smash it? Smash it. It's just a material possession. We shouldn't care about it.
Have you seen the G-Wagon series?
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah. I watched
honestly, if the General Lee thing didn't go so crazy, I probably wouldn't have saw that either. I don't watch any of his stuff.
Well, and I was even happy with the General Lee thing. I was like, you know what? Do what you want. It's yours. I'm not against you putting an LS motor in something. And then at the end, you had to bust the windshield out with a weight. And it's just like, dude, come on. You just had to ruin it. And you had to do that because that's your stick. I get it. So I'm just not going to watch you again for a while because this is what you do.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not my thing.
Well, he's getting a lot of the youth to just jump in there and be like, yeah, this is the best. And, we were all kids. We all beat on our stuff and we all didn't care. And it was all live haphazardly. And you have a lot of people that emulate him and follow him doing those kind of things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you're not him. And this is not good quality entertainment that people should follow.
So Sleeper Dude, the Fairmonts are his favorite. Those are his absolute favorite cars. So
Sleeper Dude's another one that intrigues me.
What's that?
Intrigues you?
I was watching Sleeper Dude when he was ripping around an LS-powered Chevette. And I thought those videos were cool. Because here again, I was looking up Chevettes, and I found him when he had nobody.
Yeah.
And this, I'm not saying ill will of Sleeper Dude. He's got a good channel. I think it's good content. It's wholesome content. It's selling well. I would never do his kind of content because I'm not willing to put my kids in front of a camera.
You see,
That's
I already
my only complaint.
I already do kind of videos like him.
Yep.
But my kids are older.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's just a personal decision that you just have to make.
It is. Yep.
So.
There's nothing wrong with it. It just comes down to, going into that, you have to know what that brings.
Yes. Do you want to deal with it?
Yeah. So it's like, I've always had an issue with a lot of TikTok, Instagram, and it's a more of a moral discussion, but it does come down to, are you willing to put your kid online for weirdos to obsess over?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna do that.
I guess that, I guess I could see that part of it. I don't really think that way. So my whole family, we love sitting down and watching Sleeper Dude videos because the whole family gets into it. And that's hard to find a show that everybody likes, Oh
yeah. Like I said, it's good content. It's not bad. It's just, in my personal opinion, not something I would ever do. So it's good that he does it.
Yeah.
And I think it works well. He proves a good fact that, showing a short version of the picture you're about to show for the first 2 minutes is a good way to go if you can get away with it. Because I think that hooks a lot of people. And if you can get them just to watch that first 2 minutes, they'll kind of stick around and watch the rest. And I think that's a good option.
Oh my goodness! Look at that fella.
WTF? What are you just
What's
coming
up,
out of the
boys?
freaking woods, man? Holy crap!
No, I'm firmly still in the woods. It turns out. Yeah,
You
we're
got
not
internet
leaving.
finally?
No. So what I did is I've had to take this computer to where my mom works in town and hook it up to the internet to upload. And when I did that, I downloaded iTunes so I can just plug my phone in. And now I'm running it on a hotspot off of my phone. I've been trying to get internet since May, and one day I might get it. One day.
Are they going to say because of COVID? Is that what they're going to say?
No, I don't know what their deal is. They need to put a phone line in from the street to my house.
Is this a new addition or something?
It's this house is newer.
Oh.
It's been put in the last so it's an older trailer that was removed from where it was to where it is now.
Well, at least you get good cell reception.
That's one of the things I'm testing out. Now that I've been here long enough, I get to see what I normally use for data. So I figured you were live. I'd go on and see what kind of data I'm using, run it through I've tried it on like my laptop and stuff, and I don't think the quality has been very good. How is the quality right now?
It's good. Seems fine.
I mean, it looks fine from here. You're not lagging or anything.
Yeah. Well, and I'm running it on the old rig that I used to do all the lives with back in the day. Setup because I wasn't able to do this before until apparently that's a thing, because I don't have any sort of Wi-Fi capability in this computer. I was like, I'm always plugged into the internet. Why wouldn't I be? Because I mean, this is the rig that would you don't want to be on Wi-Fi for this rig, and so I never put it in it when I built it.
I'm still running a laptop.
Well, when I built it, I didn't realize at that time that I'd be living in the Stone Age century out here.
Headed off the hills to find some internet over here.
So it's funny you say that, because I went up into the middle of nowhere and was riding the new toy and came across these giant towers and radio, cellular, whatever the dudes told me they were. And they've got power and fiber optic internet up there in the middle of nowhere, but I can't get it at my house.
It's crazy.
Kevin was he's here today. He picked up probably about 17 self-tapping screws out of my driveway. How I haven't flattened every tire I have, I don't know. But yeah, definitely thank you for finding this, because I didn't see them.
You don't run a magnet around your property occasionally?
I do.
I mean, no.
I need to start doing it more at my dad's place. I've been walking a lot more, and I just, as I'm walking, look down, and I find crazy shit. I found like a lag bolt like this long in the driveway. I'm like, where did this even come? Where did this even come from? And how is this not impaled in something yet?
We find roofing nails all around our property all the time, just randomly,
and we don't even have a roof. Oh, sorry.
We barely.
don't even have roof.
But no, they're just everywhere. We found spoons and wrenches, and they just randomly grow out of the ground.
Yeah.
So the worst thing I ever hit randomly used to scrap for a lot of people. And a buddy of mine said, "Oh yeah, drive down that old frontage road back there, and we'll get this cultivator out and we'll scrap it." And I've never been so mad after just putting a brand new set of tires on a truck, seeing a wheel sticking out of the dirt at the last second, and taking a hard left and having it cut into the sidewall of the tire and just shred it, just instantly at about 25 mile an hour, and went, "Huh? Thought you said there was a path back there."
Well,
just random wheels sticking out of the ground. I had to haul that cultivator to pay for a new tire.
Oof.
Yeah. Did it pay for the new tire?
Actually, yes, it did, because that was a gooseneck trailer that was full of like 2 elevators, a cultivator, a couple cast iron stoves.
Like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff laying back there miscellaneously in the back field.
Brent wanted to come and say hi to everybody.
Hey, Brent.
So what have you guys all been up to, man? I haven't, being as my internet is, well, the situation it is, I don't keep up on a whole lot of what's going on out there in the real world.
Well,
Sounds like an excuse.
I'm in the process of reviving a 61 Falcon delivery wagon.
Nice. I've been seeing bits and pieces of that as you've
Yeah,
been putting them up on the old Instagram.
You can call
ILS
it
swapped a
delivery.
piece of garbage.
I saw some of that. It looked like it went halfway decent.
You know, we can get it shift out of second gear. It's great.
Yeah.
You don't need
It
second
sure
gear.
sounds mean.
Nice.
To be fair, it is way. It turned out to be way more than I wanted or needed for this car. But we're
Is
in it.
there such a thing?
Yeah, I was gonna
We're in
say
it now.
You don't like your rind or nothing, right? I mean,
Well, I'm getting real close to that race car mark.
that's all relative to the user, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I mean, a roll cage and a decent rear end in this car could go race, I believe.
Yeah.
And maybe not drag race because it's not built for that. But
So I have a similar Camaro with a spooled rear end, and people drive it, and they're like, "Oh my god, this thing's fast!" And I'm like, "Not really."
yeah, if I brought it up to about 60 miles an hour in second gear the last time I drove it, trying to get it to shift because I was just angry mostly. I'm just curious to see what it's like to get to drive it on a normal basis. We'll see.
What
It'll either work or it
transmission?
won't.
What transmission?
A 4L60.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's
So-
a fresh 4L60, and it was
When you're
built to be
driving,
big on.
what's the rear gear? Did you leave the rear gear factory?
It's 342, 341.
342. So like from first to second, do you get a good tire chirp and sideways
Oh,
walking?
yeah. It
Yeah.
all that works. It's a computer issue. The computer doesn't register that it's in park or any gear ever, and it'll only shift the 1-2 solenoid, not the
Computers with
2,
brains
3.
are awesome.
What computer are you running? Stock computer?
It's Phytech, and I
Phytech.
have hours of phone time with them. This will be the last Phytech I use.
That
The first
sucks.
and the last, or
First and the last.
I've
well, good to know, 'cause I've thought about them.
I've heard of them, but I don't know that I've heard anything good.
Well, I have a lot of friends that run. I have a lot of friends that run a lot of different systems. So
Yeah.
I've got 3 guys I know that run only Holley's Terminator X or Max or whatever, but it's all the same system. And then I've got about 3 or 4 friends that run the
Hey, Tim.
Phytech. And everybody I know that's run the Phytech has had great, customer service. Everything went together good, no issues. And everybody I know that's had the Terminator stuff all of them have had issues. Big issues.
There are I don't know anyone's had big issues, but I do like Cletus getting that thing tuned right and having it set up. I mean, there are tuning
Drawbacks.
curves and learning curves with anyone you go. And then I primarily did stock computer with like the piggyback system in and redoing stock computers, and I haven't had a lot of luck either. So I don't know where the money sauce is. To tell you the truth,
I don't either.
Oh,
So one of my buddies, Troy, I had one of his systems here when I installed mine, and I switched the computer, I switched the handheld, did all this stuff. I updated the handheld. I've done done all the updates.
Yeah.
And then he actually got his 67 Camaro, which that's on my channel from like last year. He finished it and took it out, and it wouldn't shift out of second gear either.
Oh,
So he was having the same problem.
There's a pattern here.
Yeah, right. So I went in and I reflashed all his computers and downloaded the new software to the handheld, flashed the computer with it. And we got he has 2 systems, and we got one of the systems working, and now the other one, the handheld, stopped working. So I don't know. I'm going to.
So it sounds like a software.
It is
issue. Yeah,
it
firmware.
is. I'm almost positive of it. So my thoughts of this is I'm putting this car back together. Originally, when I threw the wiring harness in it, I just kind of threw it in there just to make it run. I was trying to get out of here, or whatever. And I just kind of threw it together. So what I'm currently working on is I laid out the entire harness. I put the fuse box for it and the computer inside the car because I didn't like it under the hood, just a personal thing. Yeah. And So I've reran it all, and then but I'm going to try to reflash that computer. And if I can't get it to reflash, I'm going to send it to them and tell them don't send it back until it can read Park.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Well, so you said you had some other buddies that have the same system. Could you just
Yeah.
unplug the computer and plug it in, plug the whole unit over there and see if it reads? It would tell you if it's
can.
the computer. It would tell you if it's the computer or if it's your harness.
So
if your
Troy
transmission.
is clearly, I mean, he and I are really good friends. So he offered to let me do that, but he's selling his car. So
it shouldn't. I mean, I would do it. As soon as you turn it on, it'll tell you if it's reading it.
Oh yeah, no. It'll be.
I wouldn't even fire it up. I would just crank the key on power. If it reads it, then be like, okay, you know, it's a harness issue on your car.
Yeah.
Type.
Well,
of
for
deal.
him, it won't be. It'll just be. Does he still have it or not? As long as it's still in his possession, he don't care. We'll take it apart and do it. But he may not physically still have the car. So, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. But I know that I'm over it, and I need to work on something else before I go crazy. And I'll come back to it. You know, it's fine. I got other stuff to do.
Yep.
So
I'm
going to have a Ford on my channel.
Oh,
it's going to be weird. I got a Ford truck coming up.
So, would you be willing to say that your LS swap went so poorly you decided to get a Ford?
No, I'm actually. This is a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's kind of how that story.
That's how I
because
felt.
even your friends don't have Fords.
Wow. Listen,
no,
friends don't.
It had to be a friend of a friend, not a direct friend. To have a Ford.
Because friends don't let friends drive Fords.
I guess I'm not.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I was going to get both of you with that one.
But a friend of mine called and said, "Hey, I got a friend that has this truck they want to get running again." And I was like, "How long has it been off the road?" It's only been a year. It's a '76 Ford Ranger. It's a good looking truck. I mean, it's got some rust, but
little Danger Ranger, yeah.
You know, so I told him, I said, I'll drag it out here and get it running and whatever, and make some videos. And
it's a full size Ranger.
Yeah, full size Ranger. Yeah, long bed.
I stick by this Ranger Danger slogan though.
I'm pretty sure that's got a 351 in it though.
I don't know.
What year is it?
76.
Could be a 360 maybe.
It could be. The heads are definitely tall. The pictures you sent me, it does not look like a 302.
76. Yeah,
I can tell you what I know about it. Is it the V8? There we go. It's a Ford with a V8.
F100, F-150.
I can tell you what I know about it. Something's broken on it.
Yep, don't run. Kid that owned it he's maybe 20 or so. He's a young guy. And he said he was driving it last year, and it got to where it wouldn't pull up a hill, and it was just kind of chugging. And I said, it sounds like it's starving for fuel. The fuel filter on it is brown, like dark brown. So we're going to start with putting some fuel filters on it and see if we can get it to feed off something.
What's up, mongrels?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pump issue.
Could be a pump.
Or it could be a whoa. That was a new one. It could be a rust in the tank problem.
Liberty, it's 2-wheel drive. Could be a rusted tank. There's another tank in the bed of it, but I'm pretty sure it's not for that truck. He said it was, but I kind of just glanced at it. Does not look like it's for that truck.
Wow.
So we'll see. If it's for the truck, I'll probably end up putting it in. I'm going to scope it. Look down inside the tank with the scope I've got. Hopefully, it's the extension's long enough to get down in there.
Henry, how are you?
Nice.
So I don't know, but the fuel kind of smells like, or the oil kind of smells like fuel, which makes me think it may be the diaphragm in the fuel pump's bad.
Could be an FE, yeah, I guess could be.
So we'll see.
Mongrel.
But I have to finish that truck before I can take the Camaro out because it's behind it. Because that's what you do. You always park your vehicles that do not drive in front of the one that you want to finish. Gives you motivation to go work on the other one.
Yeah, Tim.
Right in the heart.
Oh, I've got new project stuff going on now where I'm piling parts from the new project on top of the old project that's watching me work on the new project. It's straight disrespect in where I'm at right now. It's bad.
I understand that 100% because you notice I haven't put out a Mustang video all summer. I've only
Well,
been
I thought you just realized that Mustangs were
listen.
not a,
I have the
should
power
be
to just click
walk
you off.
away.
The power to click you off of here.
I'm just saying. Hey,
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Liberty
I
thinks
thought
it's a
about buying a
360.
Mustang recently. I definitely don't
Wow.
need it.
Are you even working on cars now? Or are you still pulling up trees?
who, me? Well, to be fair, when you met me, I wasn't actually working on cars.
True.
Yeah, he has to
just-
get back to working on cars first.
Yeah, I just made it look like I did. No, so I haven't really worked. I worked on a dump truck for a little bit, so that's kind of a car, right?
Yeah, good enough
The
vehicle.
last car you worked on was a Volvo.
Yes, I think if you don't consider my new toy to be a car, then yes, the last car I worked on was a Volvo.
You had a side by side. Didn't you?
Cars don't come with
I
tube
did.
chassis.
Nice.
Cars don't come with what?
Cars don't come with tube chassis
Well,
Some cars do.
from the factory.
what about that BMW? Little
Um,
round. What the hell is that BMW?
I don't know
feel
anything about BMWs. That's a
Purple
rich
one.
man's game.
I feel like there should be. Where are your trolls to look you up and tell you that you're wrong, dudes? I just don't want to do the work. To
Golly,
prove it.
we need those guys in here.
We're on my live. I don't get trolls for some reason. I'm not.
We need his minions. Well, I'd say
I've been
trolls.
getting sexy spam bots recently
Oh,
that
those are
like say stuff in foreign languages, so I can't even read that they're sexy spam bots.
Sex.
Oh, I've actually, because now I'm a dozer channel, because that's what we really are. We're not a logging channel. We're a dozer channel. That's where we've drawn out our niche. I'm cruising towards working towards 1 million views on that stupid little video, which I still don't understand. Mach 1, Gary, what is up? Yeah, that stupid video is just still chugging along.
Troll? What?
It's like the that scrap metal video short I did. The trolls came out on that one. I got I bet, no joke, I bet there was 20 people telling me how terrible I did on scrapping that metal.
Oh wow,
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
I get a
One
lot
guy
of.
was you probably spent more in gas and driving that big fancy truck around than you did getting out of that scrap. Like,
Well, so here's something I found out. Coming back to where I am in Southern Oregon, the scrap is worth nothing. They're like, oh wow, actually, you have to pay us to take scrap. That's like some of the shit they're pulling here. Yeah, yeah.
Literally,
And I'm like,
literally yesterday, my buddy needed somebody to hand the title over to the scrap guy. $400 for 06 Pontiac Grand Prix. $400.
These guys are like, oh, 06 Pontiac Grand Prix out here. Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll take it for free.
it's just ridiculous.
That's the shit. That is the shit that's going on here. Like, so I've been out in the woods riding, and I've discovered that apparently tweakers love taking cars to the middle of nowhere and lighting them on fire. That's the thing they do here. And I'm just like, why? How is there? I'm like, why? One, I haven't been on some of these trails in like 20 some years, so I'm like, why are all of these cars here, and why is no one taking care of this?
No.
And then two, I'm like, why is there some sort of bounty for these freaking cars? If you would just make it to where I could like get $1,000 to go pick up cars, or make it to where I could just recycle all of the cars I wanted at cost somewhere, wherever I recycle or whatever, it would be worth it to do content of going out and finding these things and then recovering them.
Yeah.
But if I can't recover it and do anything, like you said, you got to get a title for the scrap man. What do I do with this thing? Okay, I've taken it out of the woods. No one can tell me what it is or who it is or what it is. The cops don't care.
Now, I know that cats are going to make a difference, and
Yes.
a complete car.
Yes. Well, even in Maryland, I dumped that Escalade off that was stripped of any good part, and they still gave me $50.
Yeah. I mean,
I was like,
I just had I had 2 4-cylinder engines and just scrap from where I just collected here.
yeah,
And it's still $160. I mean,
It's still money.
yeah.
it's $160 I didn't have when I went there. And I sure did want rid of the scrap. I tried to give it to everybody I knew. Nobody would come get it. I'm like, it's free. I'll help you load it.
My
A lot of
stepdad
people don't realize dudes
doesn't
with
make-
wrenches here scraps a lot of stuff and has for a lot of years. It's an illusion that the hoard is real, but the reality of it is what we've thrown away far surpasses what we've kept.
Yeah.
So, yeah, scrap's pretty good in the old Midwest, and if you sit on it for a while, and,
Well, what I found out is you need to be near somewhere that either processes
Oh,
it
yeah.
or has a way to
you
ship it
literally
out.
have 25
When I
minutes
was
away.
when I was in DC, we were right next to Baltimore and all that. Scrap was good money there, and that's where I really know scrap. I come here, okay, now you got to ship it from middle of nowhere, Oregon, to somewhere else where they do it. So, and that's what eats up that's why it's so cheap.
Here's how bad scrap value is so high where we're at. They had to pass a rule that makes it so you can't just. It stopped people from stealing manhole covers and taking them in for scrap.
Yeah.
so freaking hilarious you say that.
Well,
Wait.
yeah.
I have a buddy that did that back in the day. Like, he's not a scumbag anymore, but back in the day, he was a scumbag.
Anymore.
Scumbag.
Wait, whoa. I am still a scumbag. I'm not that kind of scumbag.
Okay, so he had a like 95 Ford Ranger, and he would go not in the town that we live in, but probably gonna get him
Yeah,
arrested.
you'd hate to hit your own
Yeah.
open manhole.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
And then he'd drive, an hour and a half away, and he'd make. Can you imagine being drunk, walking down the road, walking home that night, and
Oh man.
could you imagine?
That's
Walking
bad.
sucks, but think about hitting it with a Toyota Corolla.
Oh my God,
Oh.
Mr.
Wait, did you hit a manhole cover missing dudes with a Corolla?
Well, that's why the law had to happen in this state, because someone was ejected from their vehicle after hitting a manhole with a Toyota Corolla.
Did they live?
No.
I guess you can call it that.
Oh no.
I take
And that's when they were
back-
like, maybe we should do something about this.
That's crazy. Around here, you have to produce to scrap anything. You have to have a state ID.
So Tim,
Yep, and they did that now. You have to have a state ID, titles for everything, VIN numbers, just excessive amounts of stuff, which then leads me to a lot of people be like, I don't want to give my name for it because they're like conspirators. And then I'm just like, I'll give you $50 for it, and then I'll sign my name to it. I don't care. It don't matter.
Yeah. So the
What?
for cars, there's a cutoff date here. If anything that's I think over 20 years old doesn't matter if it has a title.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's how it is here too. Once it's old enough, they don't care. Like you just burn it, nobody cares. Like don't even look at it.
yeah. So I don't know. I've scrapped a lot of stuff, but I hadn't scrapped anything in a long time. And the place I went was somewhere I actually buy parts from them because it's a junkyard as well.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I went there. There's probably maybe places that pay more around here, but
We actually scrapped a 79 Caprice about a month ago.
yeah.
And we pulled 350 out of it and the 350 turbo that was in it and whatever. We just kept the motor in training. The taillights were good in this car. And in our area, there is a upsurgence of box Chevys that are becoming popular. That is aggressive.
It was very
So,
aggressive.
I want to
Oh, no.
answer the question. So,
all right,
Tim,
answer the question.
okay, so Tim wanted to know where his plate was for dinner. Tim,
Oh.
I have a
Oh,
better
from me?
suggestion. No, just in general.
Yeah.
So, no, he wanted to know, hey, Brittany, I'm hungry. Where's my plate? So, you too can make your own. Let me send you the recipe. And this here is just, well, it depends on whose plate, because I had a veggie burger with tomato and cheese.
She likes that crap.
So now I'm eating meat because vegan stuff. Just
Is it a
isn't-
bean burger? Is that
I
there?
don't know. It was
Or-
orange.
There's a cricket burger.
A lot of veggie burgers are bean burgers.
Heartburn.
If I find out it's beans, I can't eat it because I hate beans.
Hey, Kevin, thanks
All
for
right.
coming in. We'll talk to you soon.
You
Thank
know
you
it was
very much.
beans. They taste like a bean burrito.
I
Well,
don't know, they're
everybody,
gross.
I'm gonna get to going. I don't have all of the internet in the world. I just want to stop in and say, hey.
Great to see you, buddy.
I told you I'm on the internet phone here. Come on.
I'll send
It's
you
only
some
the beginning of the month. Yeah, I gotta get some internet sent to me. That's gonna. Yeah, I only get 40 gigs of through the phone before they.
What do you
they
have?
say-
Straight talk?
No, I have AT&T. It's unlimited, but you only get unlimited when you tether like this. You only get 40 gigs of it.
T-Mobile has $50 a month for home internet.
So
For home internet, so AT&T offers home internet too. None of them offer it here. Like I'm doing
Theirs
everything
is wireless. T-Mobile's is a wireless thing.
Yeah, they all
that.
are.
Oh yeah, but is it over the? Are they doing it over the phone line or are they doing
It's
it
its
over?
own unit.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
Because I had like AT&T for fiber optic when I was in New Orleans.
So what he's talking about is all these cellular companies will offer you, like Verizon Wireless, let's say. So you get a Verizon Wireless router that's a wireless cell phone router, and then you just pay for that, and it gives you Wi-Fi through your whole house.
Through the cell phone lines or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah, I've talked to different people about that, and they say that's not an option here. I think it's due to the tower capacity that is in my
potentially
area.
the tower that's near you does not have the bandwidth to support that.
I believe is, and they have zero intention of upping that bandwidth,
Yeah, 'cause
so
you
they're
don't
just not
pay them
going to
enough.
allow. Yeah, exactly.
Because here's the other problem for them.
And
to
I'm not
up
in a
the
place.
bandwidth, it's
I'm not in a
just
place
an
where
equipment thing. They have to add fiber to that tower.
Well, I can tell you, there's fiber about 30 miles that way, up in the middle of freaking nowhere. I found
Just not at your house.
Listen, I've
Just
seen
go
it
cut
with my good
near
eye.
your home, and then just be like, "Hey, when you're out fixing that, just put in a T, send it over here."
I don't know how that cut got there either. Weird.
I got some splicing gear. We could.
It's almost like I was going to do it if you didn't show up. Weird. All right. Well, it was good to see you guys. I'll try and catch in every now and again.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, man.
We went to 3 videos a week. If you guys see our garbage, it's wasted whatever we're doing today. Fabrications sometimes, maybe. And dozers and stuff. Remember, everyone, we're Team Little Dozer.
Oh, wasted dozer. That'd be awesome.
Wasted dozer. Yeah, dozer. Yeah, who knows? But all right, Forsaken, you have a good one. Brittany, you have a good one. Junkers, dudes. Everyone have a good night.
See you, buddy.
Everyone in the chat, later.
What?
So,
See you later, Cheyenne.
back to my story.
Which one?
We recently scrapped a Caprice 78 box Chevy. And my dad, he's kind of hilarious about some of that stuff. And there's a neighbor that lives down the way that is into the big wheel club and into the box Chevys. And that guy stopped by the house and said, "You gonna scrap that car?" "Yeah, it's getting scrapped. We don't care. It's we pulled the motor and tranny. That's all we wanted." The car was rusty. There's people that would lay claim that it could have been fixed, but not by us. We don't care. So we filled it full of metal and sent it on its way. The taillights literally pop out. Like they don't even, like it's a couple screws and they pop out. The guy showed up and said, "But it's got good taillights on it." My dad said, "Well, you can have them if you take them off." "You want to take them off for me?" "No."
They're free, buddy.
He said, "I can even go get you a screwdriver." No, if you're not going to take them off. And it's just like, all right, bye.
Lazy.
Yeah. And then those same people complain, "I can't believe you scrapped such nice stuff." Well,
Yep.
Hey.
So I seen that. I think it was a Pacifica. Is that
And you would not believe the people that were appalled by the fact that we sent that away for $500. "You could have parted it. You could have changed that cross member and sold it to somebody for $5,000. The cross member cost $3,500. You
Those
wouldn't
cars
pay
are
me enough to
garbage.
do that work.
Yeah, they're junk in mint condition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I priced the cross member when the guy brought it to me. It was $3,500 to buy the cross member.
It's
And then you
ridiculous.
have to literally drop it, move the motor onto it, and reinstall it. Like,
Dude,
no.
I'm watching this video and I'm like, any minute now, he's going to turn a corner and he's going to continue to go. That's all I could figure.
The worst part is I junked that one, but before we were filming one, my sister actually brought me one over, and she said, "It's got this really bad power steering leak, and I want you to look at it." So she brings it over. She had just had it at a tire shop. They just put tires on it. And I wanted to go back down to the tire shop and like beat up on somebody because the cradle was so rotted in it. the motor was physically falling out and it was bending the rack underneath the motor. So the rack was leaking because it was in a V shape.
I had one. I don't remember what it was. I think it was a Honda or a Honda. It was a couple years ago. Older lady calls me up and says, "Hey, I got some weird noises coming out of the rear of my vehicle. You were recommended. Can I bring it by?" I said, "Yeah, okay." So I put it up on my lift, and I start doing a checklist, and I get to the rear, and I'm like, "Oh my god, the subframe is not even attached anymore at all to one of the rear control arms," and I'm just like, "You can't drive this anymore. Like you're gonna hurt yourself or somebody else." I felt so freaking bad telling her that because you got no money, no nothing. And that's the last thing on your mind that you should be worrying about, because it looked like a great car. It ran and drove, beautiful paint, no rust. It was like, you would have never known. And I looked everything up. It was worth just bringing it to, what do you call those? Buy your payers, and just trading it in because it was going to be too much, and it was too much labor. It wasn't even the part; it was the labor. I felt terrible.
Thank God we don't have rust issues here. To be fair, the Chrysler Pacifica without the rust still is junk. So,
Oh. So what else is going on with everybody?
currently, I'm eating food. It's very delicious.
You're working on food?
Mm-hmm. It is great.
Nice.
Steak taco type stuff. I mean, without tacos. I have chips, but it's great. I'll let y'all have a nice week. Ooh.
Hey, Chef, send me a message, man. I don't. For some reason, you're not on my list anymore. Maybe you blocked me. Can't find him. Sound like a damn rabbit.
Eating cheesecake.
Who's eating cheesecake?
We're going to Renegades.
What?
He's got cheesecake.
He's in Florida.
Oh, nice.
It would undo all that I just did for dinner. All this healthy stuff and then pig down on cheesecake.
There's nothing healthy about eating cardboard that says it's a burger.
Listen.
Except the 66, yeah.
I'm totally not vegan. I am just trying to...
Save the planet?
No, not even that.
Save an animal?
No.
Oh. Where'd dudes go?
He's muted. He might have had something to do.
Oh. All right. So
Is Moth coming in or?
I don't think so.
Oh.
So, Brittany, where were you where you're feeding the chickens?
Oh, so we were at this place called Heritage Farms, and it's literally a pancake house and a petting farm. And the chickens literally run around, except for like the geese and the guinea fowl and all that. So the chickens just kind of, they're so tame that you can walk around and they walk by your legs. And then it's just one of those things where you put the quarter in the slot and it gives you the chicken food or the goat food.
Right.
So I did feed the goats some chicken food, and it seemed the goats eat everything, I guess. But so
They eat a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Once again, sleeper dude. He feeds them Viengas.
I saw Vienna sausages at
I don't want them.
at Irving
I don't need them.
Circle K. But yeah, so it was cool because they were eating right out of my hand, and I was like, oh. And considering my checkerboard Walmart dress, it's like one of my favorite dresses now, and I feel like I'm like a farm person, and he picks on me. He said I look like Pippi Longstocking. You can't beat $10 at Walmart. I'm sorry, I don't care what
a deal. The picture is great. I don't know who took the picture for you, but it was great.
My friend Donna, who my brother-in-law seems to think is my mom.
Brother-in-law? Eric?
Eric.
Oh.
Eric said that he thought Donna was my mom.
Oh.
He's like, oh, I see you're hanging out with your mom a lot lately. I'm like, my mom? My mom lives in Manchester. And then...
All right, don't say too many things on that.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. My mom lives somewhere different.
So, everybody in the chat, come up with a subject. Let's chat it. Let's make it happen. I don't know what to talk about now. Wasted left and the conversation left.
Right?
I got one.
What?
I got another piece to my El Camino.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She did.
I don't know what it's called. But
What'd you get?
Intake manifold. Intake manifold.
Hopefully it'll work.
Was that what was in the picture that you sent me that, I don't know, somebody was carrying it? It's in an Edelbrock box?
Yeah, I didn't even realize I captured that.
Yeah, it's an Edelbrock.
Edelbrock.
Yeah, they are. And it was so funny because I was trying to get it. My friend in the picture kept telling, or in the video kept telling me to try to do the midair thing again because they like literally flew up, like sat on my hand to get the food and then like quickly jumped down.
Like a hawk?
Pretty much. It was so cool. She's like, do the midair thing again, do the midair thing again. But of course, when you video something, it doesn't cooperate. Chickens don't cooperate. And then we felt bad because we found a dead chicken. And try explaining to some special needs people why there's a dead chicken in the chicken crate. So I just the chicken went to chicken heaven, and it was just showing us that it was okay.
Good enough.
Just
roll with it, right?
Right? Because they were like, is that chicken sleeping? And it's like,
Chicken soup?
no, that chicken soup.
Yep, that's my son.
He's obsessed with my chicken soup, and I don't do anything special. I just make my own broth. But yeah, so I got the carburetor. No, not the carburetor. Intake manifold.
You have a carburetor.
I do have a carburetor, and now I have an intake manifold. I have some seats, and I am still looking for floor pans. And I'm still trying to save money for it.
I have a feeling that I'm going to be making them.
Ooh, cheaper.
You mean you can't find a floor pan for that thing?
They're like $400 just to ship it.
Yeah.
That's not even the floor pan. It goes up to almost a grand by the time you're done.
So there's no big shows around you can go and pick it up at a booth?
I don't know. I don't know how to.
We live up in the north, bro. They don't, as far as I know, Summit doesn't do anything like that, or National Parts Depot, nothing like that that I know of.
It's hard because I know that some of it is me saving up and looking for stuff. But I think what's actually really getting me motivated is each part I collect and seeing him with his Falcon. And it makes me more hungry for my project. And then there's this person that drives around town all the time with a brown El Camino. And every time I see that, I'm like, that's going to be me someday. I got to get going.
Yours is going to be brown too?
Elko Envy.
It's going to be shit brown.
Oh, mine should be purple.
No.
I don't care. I'll spray whatever color you want. You buy it.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of like purple on cars.
Yeah, purple.
I like purple that's so dark it looks black.
Yes, when it's out in the sun and you can tell that it's purple, like on the edges and stuff. I love that.
You want to piss everybody off? We'll do plum crazy.
Okay. That's like super expensive.
That will definitely get people upset.
Yes, it will.
Why? What is it? Like,
As long as you two-tone it with like a silver.
yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
We could.
El Caminos look better two-tone. It just kind of cuts them up a little bit. They start looking really weird, all one color.
Because there's with the long side like that.
Yeah.
The SS that we got a couple months ago is silver, and I really like the color of that. It's got a nice pinstripe to it.
Yeah.
It's actually a very nice paint job.
It is. I kind of don't want to cover that, actually. I think the SS is going to be the main car.
Yeah, that's
Which
gonna
I feel like, I feel bad because the other one's the. But,
No.
Well, guys, that was a work call. I was just sitting on forever, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to take another one. So I'm gonna have to cut loose.
Good talking to you.
Yep, no problem.
Appreciate you coming in, man.
Yep.
You guys all have a good night.
You as well.
Bye.
And then there was 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. And then I'm already planning on stuff that I can put in the bed.
It's just mine. She might be into that, actually.
Actually, we do purple real tree. That could work.
See, Plum Crazy. Plum Crazy is awesome.
Let's do it.
It is a very beautiful color.
So-
Renegade's right. It's just money. You just keep throwing money at everything. Eventually, you have $40,000 in a $10,000 car.
Well,
That's what happens to me.
So I actually had a very good idea with the color. You guys remember those Hot Wheels where when you put them in the car wash with the warm water,
They change colors.
Yes, I will.
I
That
don't
would.
know how to do a paint job like that.
How does that? Is
So
that
they make a those cars where it's a chemical reaction that you're not going to be able to produce that on a big enough scale to make it look good.
Mhm.
But they do make a wrap that does the same thing, but it's not cheap.
The thing about wraps is I'm one of those people where it would like scratch the first day. I'd get it caught on something that would unroll like toilet paper.
She's not lying. She is not lying there.
Yeah.
So she lost her glasses last night. All day today, she kept saying, "You see my glasses?" Just random. So, like 2.5 hours being home, she's like, "Oh, there they are." She put them in a damn tree in the bedroom. Who did that?
It's not a tree, it's a reef.
Whatever. Who puts their glasses in a reef?
Hey, I'll tell you what, you were talking about leaving the wallet on the roof.
She's
Do you
done it
know
like
how
10
many
times.
times this is her third time replacement this phone is, and both times it's because I left my phone on the roof.
Oh man!
So back in the fall in the springtime, she was up.
DuPont probably does make a paint like that. I bet it's $2,000 a pint.
Probably. She left her phone in the bathroom for about 2 seconds. Somebody grabbed it. Couldn't get into the phone, so about 1.5 miles down the road, threw it in a dumpster. Thank God we got a Life 360 on our phone, so we know where all our family members are.
Oh yeah.
So she was able to find it that way, but without that, we would have never known. Not in a million years.
Yeah. And it took 2 seconds. I was literally helping my client out of the bathroom, which is you have to have like 20 hands anyways. So I got her seated safely so I could go back in and get my stuff. In that like 2 seconds, someone had swiped it. And I think it was someone from that Dunkin' Donuts. It was Dunkin' Donuts.
What had it been?
Because I went in there, I asked everyone if they had seen my phone, and they were like, "Oh no." You know, it was kind of like they went to the back room and came back like 2 seconds later. No, we didn't see a phone.
I'm sorry, Chef. I don't know what's going on with it. I know when I first got into this, it would do that crap to me all the time.
You had more problems with StreamYard and whatever when you first started. Oh my goodness. I didn't think you was ever going to get it.
So the computer that I was renting a laptop so I could do all this stuff. The camera didn't work in it. And I kept telling the people, the camera don't work. So then I tried to use my GoPro, but then you had to add certain software. And I hadn't been into computers since I was in, a senior. I don't think I touched a computer since then, really. So trying to remember all that stuff.
Do you know how new computers are?
What?
Believe it or not. We had
That's
to.
nice.
So in the very beginning,
DOS.
when
That's nice.
I still remember the computers in school looking like one of those little. It was probably about. The screen itself was probably about the size of a lunchbox, but the rest of it was like 8 times the size of the screen.
Yeah,
I've heard
I died of dysentery on the Oregon Trail.
all the
I'm
time.
old.
All the time.
Or it was either me or a family member. Or my ox broke their legs or whatever, or the wagon.
I don't know. I think I made it through a couple times, but I do remember in 6th grade, I think it was 5th or 6th grade, we had gotten a new computer system in the class, and I was trying to use it, and I couldn't figure it out. And back when DOS, you just shut it off and turn it back on, everything works.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I shut it off by the button, and the teacher had a hissy. And I'm like, what? What did I do wrong? You can't shut them off like that. They have a process. You have to go in the computer and shut down. I'm like,
So the first computer I ever remember seeing and or using is my aunt bought I'm going to say is a Mac 3 maybe. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it had a tape drive. I'm old.
tape drive. I don't think I had.
Are those
You ever
the
seen a
colors?
tape drive? It looks like a cassette tape, but that was the drive for it.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, I remember floppies.
That
I used
well, there's 2 different size floppies too. There's like a 5.5 inch, I think, and then a 3.5.
Yeah, it was the big ones that I remember
Yeah.
to begin with.
I know my dad's watching this, so this is gonna be like a confession. So of course my dad sent me to school every day with $5 for lunch money. So what I would do is I'd buy the cheapest food I could get so that I could go to the library store, and buy extra floppy disks. And those little pencils, the mechanical pencils that you can take the lead out the top. And yeah, I used to save money from my lunch money and buy stuff at the library store, including floppy disks, because those were a thing. And then
Yeah.
so this is how geeky I was. Okay. am/was. So I love to sing. I don't sing good, but I love music. Love it. So I would download song lyrics onto these floppy disks. And then I do like home karaoke with them.
Y'all remember having to sit there and wait for your song to come on so you could record it?
Oh, yeah, you push pause and play at the same time, or rewind and pause or whatever.
Wow. Paper tape programs. I've never seen that, Liberty. That has to be an antiquated system. That's crazy. For a CNC machine, too.
I've never seen that.
I haven't either. I bet it's like the Braille almost.
I never got lunch money.
Well,
she's one of those fancy rich peoples.
Right?
Got that $5 a day lunch money.
I was gonna say $5 a day, like in high school, that's like having $100 in your pocket.
I remember when I got to high school when I was living in Vermont. So the high school had like pizza and taco and burger. It had a whole bunch of different, like it was like a food court, It was crazy. You could eat whatever the hell you wanted. It wasn't one certain thing. It was a whole bunch of different stuff.
We were
We
kind of
didn't have that.
we had like the main lunch, and then you could go to the salad bar, or they could make you a sandwich.
Oh yeah, they didn't have salad bars up there.
We had a salad bar, or you could get a salad bar or whatever they were making.
Yeah.
That was your choices.
Oh, looks
The
like
only-
Chef made it in.
The only time I would ever eat, I hate school lunch pizza, by the way, but on Fridays we got Little Caesars, and you could buy a slice of Little Caesars pizza, and I always wanted the one with the big bubble, big cheese bubble.
On the bread?
You would get cheese bubbles on the slice of pizza sometimes. I don't know what it was.
You don't
about
get
Little
those down
Caesars.
there?
No.
You ever had Little Caesars pizza?
He's already
Well,
bought
a little Caesars, but not. I mean, I don't know anything about the bubble.
Oh my
Chef
god.
Shatrey, I believe, is having technical difficulties.
He is having some difficulty. He was there and he was clear.
He was there, and
and
I think he
was
might have
gone.
been frozen,
Hey,
or we were talking over him. He was like, "Those jerks," and I'm out.
Maybe that's part of the shade in Chef Shatrey.
What is it?
lunch money? The stuff that you steal from other people.
That's right.
Yeah. Beat you up for your lunch money?
Huh?
I never did that. I was a good. Well, okay. I wasn't.
What's
always
up,
a
man?
good kid, but...
Very similar to Braille, late 60s and 70s tech. I'd be interested to see that, just, because I'm a geek that
Shade trees.
way.
Which one's going to show up first, guys? Left or right?
Oh, we lost one.
And he's gone.
He gone.
I was kind of excited to see which one would pop up first.
Oh, I could paint my El Camino red like Earl.
Oh, we could do with that. My name is Earl.
Yes.
Replica.
We could do
Wasn't the
that.
door a different color?
Yeah,
And crush it with the tractor.
Oh. I forgot to tell you about the tractor.
I think his was like a 75 or something, wasn't it? 75 or 6.
Finally.
Oh,
It's been a long time since I say, are you there really this time?
let's let him talk. He's only got a second.
I don't know. My connection's awful weak.
We're getting that.
Not open.
You were there and you just
I
disappeared.
got the Harbor Freight.
Got
I got the Harbor Freight.
You know what happens when you walk into the garage? You lose service.
Well, yeah, I had to walk outside the garage in order to get on. But it ruined my intro. I was gonna go, dudes with ratchets. Oh.
He's gone now.
Yeah.
Oh.
DOS
Probably
based.
ain't gonna be able to get on very long. My service sucks tonight.
I don't think I've ever been on a live with you that your service was great. I think he's kind of frozen.
I think you froze him.
I have to go outside and see if the service will come.
You're saying weird things about my service.
I have to say with that,
What?
that was you.
What?
I don't know. For some odd reason, ever since all this crap's going on with the country, the service out here sucks. I used to have good service.
Really?
For
They
some odd
got
reason, it's no
worse.
good anymore.
Maybe you need a new phone.
Could be.
I was going to see if I could get on here so you can see what I've been doing.
What you been working on? Its service is
Am I
so
still
bad.
on?
There we go. Yeah, you're on.
And he's gone.
And he's gone.
What the hell? We got a glimpse of a very dark rear end of a vehicle.
It's a hatchback. Looked like a 4th gen Camaro. Just saying.
Might have been. Well, it might have been.
Or a Prelude. It could have been a Prelude.
I've seen one of those in a long time.
I know. I actually really like the Prelude. I mean, they weren't terribly great cars, but they were fun. A friend of mine had one that was white, and I think it had teal stripe on it down the side. It was in the 90s. I don't know. Teal was a big thing back then.
So I'll tell you straight up that working on this Falcon had to happen to gain confidence with metal.
I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah. And now I'm starting to dream about the Mustang because I'm thinking, I had Brittany. I had to, I had to fabricate a lot of stuff
Yep.
just to make this car look halfway okay,
In the Mustang, you're not going to have to fabricate all that because you have it.
Exactly.
You have actual panels. So it'll go a lot better.
I haven't had a drive inside me like this in a very, very, very long time.
That's good.
Like this is my first goal that I've set for the channel, and it looks like we're going to make it.
Yeah.
Unless something catastrophic happens, which y'all watch my channel, it could. It could happen very quickly.
Liberty, you're right. Those little Ford GT. I mean, that's what my buddy had, was the Ford Probe GT. It was white, and I think it had a teal and purple like stripe down the side. It wasn't real big, like that, but it was a good time. I think it was a 5-speed car, if I remember right. Maybe it was a V6. I don't know. Whatever came in on my. That's been, that was in the 90s. So I'm old.
So I'm thinking about, outside of YouTube, I've been thinking, and I've been talking to people for a while. I think I want to do a 90s style party. I absolutely love the 90s and everything about it. Probably, I grew up in it, so
yeah.
I want to do a 90s party. I miss it that much.
I want to get one.
I mean, I understand. I'd like to build a mini truck 90s style. So, I mean, yeah. I honestly like mini trucks just fine, but like I just would like to do a 90s style mini truck. I've wanted to do one for a long time, and I think I'd like to do the Nissan hardbody. Really, what I'd really like to have is an earlier Toyota, but they're so expensive I can't afford it.
The T100s, you're done.
Early.
Really? What's earlier than a 100?
They didn't have a number. It was just Toyota pickup back like 70s when they had the little dent at the top of the bed, had the little hooks.
If I was going to do a mini truck, I would probably do a Mazda B3000 because it's just like a Ranger, and you can get parts very easily. Your hard bodies are going to be harder because everybody picks those things apart.
Very true. But so a friend of mine had one. I mean, it all goes back to how your youth and why you like your Jeff Shade Tree. You're correct.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
22R. Yep.
Yep. And the 22RE had electric fuel injection. Just as a note.
I gotta find the picture. I picked up a Toyota pickup for my stepdad years ago that had the 22RE in it. Had 600,000 miles on it. Motor sounded mint. The truck was junk, but it was fun. It had smokestacks coming out of it. So he would.
My uncle had an 84, I think. I drove that thing. It had 300,000 miles on it.
You would hear him going through town. I knew when he was going downtown. What? And when I quieted it down a little bit, he was kind of sad. But it had freaking smokestacks on it. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, that little truck my uncle had was an extended cab, 2-wheel drive, automatic truck, fuel injected. And I just needed this was back in 2008, and I needed to borrow a truck. I was getting ready to flip a house that I owned. And I just was talking to him, and I was like, I'm going to have to go buy a truck or whatever. And he was like, just use mine. He was like, it's just sitting in the tree row, whatever. Go down there and see if we can get it started. So I went down, and it started right up, put a battery in it, started right up. Went and had some, I did an oil change, just some basic service stuff, and started using it. I drove that thing everywhere. We loaded it down with bricks one night. I was cleaning up a brick pile behind the house, and I loaded it down with bricks and gravel to the point that the front tires were barely hanging on to the ground. It was awesome. And then I drove it, I don't know, about 5 miles, or probably longer than that, probably about 8 miles to the dump to dump that. And if you hit the turns, you had to be really slow because if you hit them too aggressively. The tires would just skid across the road, so the contact patch was so small. Good times.
My dad had a 95, I think it was a 95 F-150, long bed, extended cab, and I had to use it for something. You guys think that I do some shoddy work sometimes? Try and drive one of his rigs.
This is bad.
I went a total of maybe 10 miles, and I brought it back to him. I says, I ain't never driving that thing again. Like, this, not shitting you. All right, I'm going to turn left just a little bit. Oh, there we go. Wheel starts moving. I'm like, holy shit, dude. And this is before I knew much about vehicles, and I knew it was bad, but I didn't.
You just knew it was bad, yeah.
It was like, I'm wondering if a drag link was ready to drop out of that thing or what.
Who knows? Hey, Kevin, yeah. I would definitely drive a Love with a V8. When I was a kid, I remember there was a guy that used to come running the local drag strip that had a Love with a V8, and it was tubbed and wheelie bars and a parachute. It was fast. You know what I mean? For, the 90s fast. Now, it would be slow. A Honda would outrun it. It was a Probe GT. See, yeah. I told you.
Yeah. My buddy had one of those back in the day.
I love them. I mean,
fast cars.
Also had a Geostorm GSI.
Why?
It was a great car.
3-cylinder?
No, that was the Metro. Oh. So the Storm had the Mitsubishi twin cam motor in it. It's 2-liter. Yeah, pretty peppy little car. And then I got in that thing in a song and a dance. So the girl was trying to crush it, and I was stopped or was trying to sell it to the junkyard and stopped to ask me directions, and I bought it.
I miss those days where you could pick up a shit beater for cheap.
$200.
Something
I gave $200 for that car.
Run, drive, and stops doesn't need anything to go.
This car was beautiful. Interior was nice. Exterior was great. Absolutely great. But it was knocking like crazy. So I give $200 for it. And then I gave another $200 for another car that was wrecked that my buddy had. Actually, I bought 2 of them for $200, $100 a piece. Then pulled the motor out and put it in that one. So, and I drove it for like 2 years.
Toyota Tercel. Those were the Toyotas that put a bad taste in my mouth.
Really?
And I couldn't stand Toyotas until I started working at the dealership. It took me several years at working there to be like, okay, Toyotas are good cars again. Yeah. It's because so with those cars, they had massive ring issues, and all those Tercels had it was burning oil.
My buddy had an AE86, and I know what they sell for now, but when he had his, they were junk. Everybody considered them junk. We used to go and drive that thing like it was a race car, and it did handle good, but he flipped it on its top, and we flipped it back over, and he still drove it for I don't know how long.
So is it not run since, are you saying 16 years ago you put a clutch in it? Is that what you're saying there? It hasn't run since that? Or since you put a clutch in it recently and it won't run now?
It sounds like you put a clutch in recently and now it won't run.
Check the inertia switch.
Ford, their stupid inertia switch.
Yeah.
I was pulling a trailer in a Ford truck. I don't even know what year it was, the 80s. And I was going down a 2-lane road, but a big 2-lane road. And somebody bowed up in front of me, and I had to slam the brakes on to stop. The trailer was hopping, killed the inertia switch in the stupid truck. I didn't know where it was. I had to find it. I was very ill. I had to pull over the side of the road or coast to the side of the road. It wasn't even my truck. It was a borrowed truck. I had called my buddy. I was like, man, this thing won't start back. He's like, it's probably the inertia switch. I was like, where is it? Oh, he put the clutch in 16 years ago and it wouldn't start. He just whatever. I'll get to it eventually, I guess.
Okay, that makes probably his nurse a switch back then.
Could have been.
But now you got clogged injectors and
You got a 16-year-old sitting. Yeah.
Man, I tell you, my favorite thing to do was find those ones sitting back in the weeds and pull them out and make them something again.
Yeah.
So Rich, you hear me talk about it a lot. He's the old owner to this Falcon. He's tickled pink about what's going on with his car.
Good.
Last night he says, I made the right decision letting you have the car, and I'm like, oh, that actually meant a lot. I was like, because he had people knocking the door down to get that car.
Yeah.
Somehow I ended up with it, and I wasn't even looking for another car. I had plenty of projects.
We had no idea.
Nope.
I'm always looking for the next one, though.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's an addiction.
You.
Yeah.
I send you all.
If I had, yeah, you do. If I had more money, I'd already went and picked a few up. So, we'll get there.
Well, that one sitting outside your door, that's one on the chopping block that I want. But
it'll be done hopefully this coming week. I got to get it out of the way so I can test drive the Camaro. So,
I know. What? Dishwasher's working? What?
The dishwasher's working.
I don't know. We got things that work in this house some days and some days they don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been the breakers, like the dryer.
What, did it just start working?
The ice maker.
Oh, I don't know what we're doing.
Oh.
How many vehicles you got?
Way he talks, it's got to be a bunch.
It's got to be.
Yeah, it could be the neutral safety switch.
Yep.
I wish I had all the cars I've sold for next to nothing. I had shoved off in the fields, but I sold them all for next to nothing because nothing stays around me very long. I get over them. Like, it's gotta go.
I bought an F-150 when my kids were little teeny tiny kids, and I still got that truck, and I can't get rid of it.
It's mine.
Over 60, he says.
I get in it, and I just it feels like me, because I've had that thing so stupid long.
My truck.
I love that damn thing, but I don't think I'll ever restore it because it's an 01,
Yeah. Like the thing I've owned the longest as of right now that I still own is my Cadillac truck. And it ain't going nowhere. Paid for. I actually, every time I drive that thing, which isn't a lot, but every time I have driven it recently, I'm like, man, I love this thing. There's a reason why I kept it. And I can't go anywhere in it without people stopping me and wanting to talk about it. Because you just don't see a lifted Escalade truck. Don't see them.
My buddy Adam would go bonkers over that thing. It's exactly what he's always wanted.
Oh, it turns over. Just doesn't have spark.
What year is that? What did you say it was 96?
I don't know. He didn't say, I don't think.
It had to have been something like that. I bet you it's got Duraspark.
No, the Probe didn't have Duraspark.
96?
No, it had I'm almost positive it didn't. I'm pretty sure it had a computer controlled, not a Duraspark, but an actual computer controlled ignition system.
I'd be surprised.
I don't know. It's been a long time.
Yeah. That Duraspark, they have those in stock at like every single part store. That's how shitty they were.
Yep.
I've never run into the problem with them. But
it's a 93.
So it might.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Well, I'm gonna have to cut this short.
I'm gonna look this up, and I think I'm gonna call it a night too.
Well, I'm gonna sign off. I appreciate everybody tonight, and yeah, have a good evening. Bye, Brittany. Have a good time going to Senior Chickens.
Well, I'll tell you what, I won't ever be able to have KFC ever again.
What?
I'm just kidding.
What are we looking up? Ford 93 Ford Probe.
Probe GT. Y'all have a good night.
You too, buddy.
too.
They only had Probe, just a regular Probe, no GT. What does it got? The 2.0 or the 2.5?
Are you laughing?
It's not going anywhere. Yeah,
His eyes.
My eyes?
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. I will not get rid of my my Falcon or my Mustang. .25, so it's the V6. I'm pretty sure that's got Daraspark in it though. What are you guys laughing at?
Eyes.
I'm actually kind of laughing because I feel like my face takes up my whole face. Like,
All right.
Your face is the whole face.
like, you know, my eyes and nose and everything. I feel like they're like big, like
Right.
posed.
Look at your tiny face.
Things are going really slow here. Okay. I'm not finding anything. Doesn't look like it. It's got a weird distributor though. That's probably where I'd start next. $89. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, guys. I think I'm going to get off in here. We're about 12 minutes shy of 2 hours. I'm all talked out for the night, but I appreciate everybody coming in. I'll give you guys a second. If you have a question or anything, I'll stay for another minute or so. But other than that, it looks like people are bouncing out. So I appreciate everybody coming in. And sorry we didn't go longer. I'm pooped. I don't know about everybody else, but that's going to do it for me. Appreciate everybody coming in.